queen, my queen. Oh, she, oh, she. Beautiful, wonderfully made. She's heaven's angel, so strong, even in struggle, yeah. When life comes like a storm from every angle, she rises above it all, the backbone of every home. Nothing compares to all she do. The true meaning of every family. She's the glue. Yeah. Where would we be without you? You brought us Martin, Malcolm, and Obama, yeah, and Jesus too. Oh, she's sophisticated, strong, simply amazing, humble, honest, and helpful, educated, ebony, eccentric, empowering. She's a queen, she's a queen. You better treat her like a queen. Oh, oh, Her strength is amazing. Life inside, 9 months she's carrying back to work, 'cause the family she's carrying. Society don't give her just due, but she prevails and stands tall, a champion, a true woman. But nothing compares to all she do, yeah. The true meaning of every family. She's the glue, yeah, oh. Where would we be without you, yeah. You brought us Martin, Malcolm, and Obama, and Jesus too. Oh, she is sophisticated, strong, yeah. Simply amazing, humble, oh, honest, and helpful. Not only that you are educated, yes you are, eccentric, empowering. You're mine, she's a queen. You're mine, you're my.
hello. This is R.C. Blake's, and I want to welcome you back again to another Let's Talk with R.C. Blake's. This is a place where we intentionally strive to raise royal consciousness in the world, royal consciousness of women as well as men. You know, in a world where there's so much buffoonery and nonsense, this is a place where we really like to have the conversations that will empower people to make better decisions and to hopefully get back to some sense of decency. This is such an indecent world, and the things that are going on now, I have just lived so long, I guess, I can't believe a lot of the stuff that I'm seeing today. So that's what Let's Talk with R.C. Blake's is all about. And I welcome you. If this is your first time here, we would love for you to hang out and become a part of our community. It is a worldwide network of women and men, actually, that are part of this community. And we're getting amazing outcomes all around the world. I love the testimonials that I get, by way of email and so forth and so on. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Today, we have an interesting conversation. Recently, the term grooming has been kind of buzzing, on social media for a number of reasons. And when I heard the term, I knew what it meant, but I couldn't believe that I had never thought to address the concept of grooming in terms of how an unscrupulous man manages to circumvent the morals, the values, the boundaries of an unsuspecting woman. And to be fair and to be honest, in today's culture, a lot of times unscrupulous women are circumventing the boundaries of unsuspecting green men. And there are men that are green, believe it or not. Grooming. Now, the definition of the term, let's see. Let me see if I can get to where I want to be. The definition of the term reads like this. Grooming is a manipulative and insidious process wherein an individual, often with malicious intent, systematically builds a connection and establishes trust with another person, typically for the purpose of exploiting or controlling them to fulfill their own agenda or desires. This process involves progressively desensitizing the victim to inappropriate behavior or boundaries, gradually normalizing harmful actions, and often using tactics such as flattery, gift-giving, emotional manipulation, or coercion to gain compliance and submission from the victim. Grooming can lead to significant emotional, psychological, and sometimes physical harm to the individual being targeted, as it undermines their autonomy, agency, and well-being for the benefit of the perpetrator. A lot of women have experienced being groomed and had no clue as it relates to what was going on. And by the time she woke up and realized that she had consented, in air quotes, she consented to all of this behavior that did nothing but feed the perversion of a demonic man while undermining her common sense, her values, the way she was raised, undermined everything she thought she stood for. And she didn't know how she actually got to that place where she sunk so low. It was because she had been groomed. This is what I try to tell, women, but this is a different generation of women today, man. It really takes the call of God to keep a man like myself consistent with the mission that God has put me on, because I'm dealing with a generation of women who want to tell me what men think, how men are. Now, I've been a man 59 years because I came out of my mother's womb as a little baby, but I was on my way to being a man. I've been in the process of becoming a man 59 years, and I got a generation of women half my age trying to tell me about what a man won't do, what a man thinks. Wow. Okay, I hear you. And then you're not no woman. Why are you talking to us? I'm talking to you because you are being played like a church piano. PhD women manipulated by GED men. I'm talking to you because you clearly don't have a clue. I mean, we're looking in current news and we're seeing women that are supposed to be brilliant women that have been nothing but played. It's because these are the things that fathers should teach daughters, and the world is not going to share these things with you. And you're out here being groomed, you're being manipulated, you're being managed, and you don't even realize it. You think that you out here just having a good time, and these men are doing nothing but twisting. A man that can't even read, literally can't read, got enough game that has been poured into him to take a woman that's a college professor and have her so twisted up, she paying his bills, giving him sex on demand, and ready to allow him to bring a harem into the house. He can't read his name in boxcar letters. You're being groomed. It's a real thing. Grooming does not only happen with child molesters. When we think about grooming, we think about child molesters and, people like that manipulating children, but grooming happens with adults. And men are grooming women every day, and we're trained to do it. Men are trained from little boys to know exactly how to manage the emotions and the minds of women. We're trained to do it. This is why I believe, and I mean, I have no statistical data, but I think some agree with me. I think some actual mental health professionals agree with me that quite often it's discovered that more men are narcissists than women. I think that's because men are trained really with narcissistic tactics. Men are given. We're trained in most societies, in most settings. We're trained in the ways of narcissistic manipulation. The Bible. This is why the Bible says in 1 John 4:1, "Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of God, because many false prophets are going out into the world." The biggest problem with women is that you have this ideal in your mind about how life is supposed to be. And for most women, the ideal life starts with a relationship. And then what happens is the male dominated culture, the perverted male dominated culture, paints this picture for you through music, through print, through literary works, through whatever means. The male dominated society paints this picture for the woman. If you don't have a relationship, there's something wrong with you. Something's missing, something's broken, but you're less than a woman. And so you put at the top of your list not a relationship with God, not a relationship with yourself, not purpose, not self-actualization. You put at the top of your list a relationship with a man. And so what happens is when that's poured into you, you have this desperation for a relationship, and anything you're desperate for, you have the tendency to overlook the details in terms of acquiring it. So if you're desperate for a man, you have the tendency not to look at the details because you want a man so bad. Well, that's by design. That's by design. You've been conditioned to be a creature that overlooks the details because society tells you, from religion to academia, if you don't have a man, something's wrong with you. And so the moment you get one that looks like he could fit the bill, you're not paying attention to none of the red flags because you want this to be so badly. But listen to what the Bible says here in 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 33, and I'll get into how many points do I have tonight? Believe it or not, I have 7. I just love the number 7. The Bible also says in 1 Corinthians 15:33, in the Amplified Version, it says, "Do not be deceived. Bad company corrupts good morals." When you allow yourself to be in the company of the wrong kind of man, it will erode and deteriorate your morals. You will find yourself doing and participating in things you never dreamed you would because you have been groomed. Well, let me get into this. I was getting ready to say something else, but my time is running and I don't need to get in no trouble tonight. I've been in enough internet trouble here lately. 7 signs that a man is grooming you or may be grooming you. Number 1, a man that is grooming you works overtime to build trust and rapport. He works overtime to build trust and rapport. In fact, he works too hard at building trust. He works so hard at building trust, he actually asks you to trust him. Trust me. Trust me. And here's my take on a man or anyone asking you to trust them. When a man is grooming a woman, he says, "You can trust me." Anyone that has to ask for your trust is not to be trusted. Because people that really value being trustworthy, they're not asking you to gift them with trust. They work to prove their trustworthiness. But a man that is grooming you, he works to build trust and rapport. Perpetrators often begin by establishing a connection with the victim, portraying themselves as trustworthy, as caring, or when you think about in terms of how ministers, pastors, church leaders abuse their positions, they many times do it in the name of being some spiritual authority. This concept of spiritual fathers is abused today. It really is. And a lot of these people that promote themselves as spiritual fathers. Well, let me not go down that rabbit trail, but they want to develop some kind of bond, some kind of rapport that erases the space between I just met you and I need time to build trust. They want to erase all of that space, and overnight they want you to wake up and say, okay, I can trust this person. This is why you have, I got to say this part, this is why you have in the church especially ministers that love titles. They don't want to just do the work. They want titles. They want to be known as bishop, rabbi, arch, apostle, prophet, evangelist, pastor, teacher, pope. They want all of these titles because the title says what? To people who are gullible and not trained, it says to them, oh, I can trust this person. You can't trust no person because of no title. And this initial stage aims to create a sense of comfort and reliance on the perpetrator, making it easier to manipulate the victim later on. So they work to build trust. This is why when you meet a man and he's trying to convince you, he's not letting you draw your own conclusion. He's trying to convince you, I'm the safest man you ever been with. You ain't never been with no man like me. I'm honest. See, I tell the truth. Why do you have to tell me all of this? Just be this and let me see this in you for myself. Because listen to what the word of God says. In Proverbs 27:6, it reads like this: faithful are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful. Just because you acting like I can trust you, and just because you're trying to build this rapport and you saying all of the right stuff at the right time, that doesn't mean I can trust you. In fact, I have a saying: when a man knows exactly what to say and he knows exactly when to say it, that's not a sign for you as a woman to speed up with this man. Oh, I can trust him. He knows exactly what to say. A man that knows exactly what to say and exactly when to say it, that is not a man you speed up with. That's a man you slow down with, and you pay very close attention, because he may be a very good actor. Isn't that what Judas did with Jesus when he betrayed him, even with a kiss? Wanting to what? Paint this picture that I love you. I'm the one you can trust. I'm the one you can let your guard down with. Proverbs 20:6 reads like this: most men will proclaim everyone his own goodness, but a faithful man who can find. Man, we played that game all over the schoolyard, man, with young girls. I love you. Baby, you must be tired because you've been running through my mind all day. And little girl, she ain't never heard all that jive before. Oh, really, 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 really. Oh, I love you so much. I ain't never seen. Man, I'll cross I'll climb the highest mountain. I'll swim the deepest sea if I can only be with you. Really, really, really. They ain't never heard none of that stuff, man. And, they think they in love. They think, we love them and all of that. They didn't understand all we was trying to do was to get them to just let their guard down, let a few other things down. Well, that's understandable with little girls on the schoolyard, but how are we 40 years old still falling for the same? You're being groomed, baby. All those words and all that stuff, all that time a man spends with you, all that attention he gives you, he's doing what? He's grooming you. He's setting you up. He's getting you to let your guard down so he can manipulate you and push you into a position where he can have his way and he can circumvent your standards. And this, okay. The second sign that a man brings a woman through when he's grooming her is isolation. He wants to get you away. I cannot teach this point enough. He wants to get you away from the people that are going to talk good sense into you. And he wants to get you away from the people that are going to come to your defense. This is why when a man is grooming you, he never likes your friends. Your friend, your best friend could have been Mother Teresa. He not gonna like your friends. He not gonna like your family. He gonna have something against everybody that you love and that loves you. He's gonna have there's gonna be something wrong. He's trying his best to get you out of the sight line of everybody that loves you and everybody that you love, because groomers want to isolate you so they can take advantage of you without consequence. They don't want you to be around wisdom. They want to get you out there where they are your only influence. So they may seek to isolate the victim from their support networks, friends, families, so forth and so on, church members, in order to increase the victim's dependence on them. By limiting the victim's interactions with others, the groomer can exercise greater control over the victim's thoughts, emotions, and actions. Got to be careful with a man that, you look around and how long you been with this man? 3 months? And your friends are gone? You ain't got no more friends? You slowing up with your communication with your family? Now you talking about moving you out of town? Oh my. Isolation. This is what happened in the account with David's children, half brother, half sister, Tamar and Amnon. Amnon had a demonic lust for his sister, and you read the whole story. He isolated her, used his own father to get her to tell her I'm sick and I needed to bring me something to eat. And her own father told her, your brother's down there sick, bring him something to eat. And she brought him something to eat. And the next thing you know, he putting everybody out. He's acting like he's sick. He's not even sick. He puts everybody out the house, and voila, there you go. He rapes his sister. Because groomers will do their damage after they've isolated you. Look in 2 Samuel chapter 13, verses 7 through 12. This is some of the account. It reads like this. Then David sent home to Tamar, saying, go now to thy brother Amnon's house and dress him meat, make him something to eat. So Tamar went to her brother Amnon's house, and he was laid down, and she took flour and kneaded it and made cakes in his sight and did bake the cakes. And she took a pan and poured them out before him. But he refused to eat. And Amnon said, have out all men from me. Y'all get out. He's isolating her now. And they went out, every man from him. And Amnon said unto Tamar, bring the meat into the chamber, that I may eat of thine hand. And Tamar took the cakes which she had made and brought them into the chamber to Amnon her brother. And when she had brought them unto him to eat, he took hold of her and said unto her, come lie with me, my sister. And she answered him, no, my brother, do not force me, for no such thing ought to be done in Israel. Do not thou this folly. So he what? He isolated her, then he raped her. Because the groomer works to get you by yourself before the true purpose comes to the surface. I've had situations where many, even in ministry, men in church, have gotten angry with me when I've had absolutely nothing to do with it, because they never had the right intentions towards certain women that they were with. And when all of the stuff came to head, they angry with me because they want her or them to get out of the ministry where they know somebody's going to peep their game. So they develop a hatred for me, not really hatred for me because I haven't done them anything, because they want an excuse to pull their women out of the ministry where somebody's going to really teach them better. because groomers have to isolate you from all wisdom or from anyone that's going to protect you. Some of y'all are dealing with this right now. The third thing I've listed here is that when a man is grooming you, now listen in very, very carefully right here, listening close. When a man is grooming you, when he's grooming you, and he's grooming you what? In a downward trajectory. He's not grooming you in an upward direction. He's grooming you down, down from your standards, down from your values, down from your principles. See, if you say, I'm going to be abstinent. Well, the first thing a man's going to do is the wrong man is going to do is he's going to do his best to get you to break that. And not only is he going to try to get you to break your vow of abstinence until marriage, but then he's going to try to turn you into a freak, a complete and total freak. Because this is all about what? Domination and manipulation. This is narcissism 101. And this brings me to point number 3. There's the gradual boundary violation. A man that is a groomer will always violate your boundaries, but gradually. You go on a date with him and you'll say, something to the effect, I don't kiss on the first date, or, don't touch me in certain places. And you find yourself on that first date having to remind this man, don't touch me in certain places 2 or 3 times. See, if he has the right heart, he's going to hear you from the beginning. If he has respect for you, he heard you from the beginning. Don't touch me in certain places. I don't kiss on the first date. And there he reaching across there with his lips poked out, breath stinking and everything else, trying to reach to kiss you. Oh, I forgot. I just couldn't control myself. I couldn't control myself. No, he can control himself. He didn't forget. He's starting the process already, even on the first date. He's gradually violating your boundaries. And this gets what? Worse and worse and worse and worse as the process goes. He's setting you up. Because groomers typically push boundaries slowly over time, starting with minor infractions and gradually escalating to more serious breaches. By desensitizing the victim to inappropriate behavior in a gradual manner, the groomer can make their actions seem less objectionable and pave the way for further manipulation. This is what happens, if you say as a woman, and I'm going to give you a biblical example of this. Well, let me read the biblical example first. And it's the story of King David's gradual manipulation and violation of boundaries with Bathsheba. Usually when we talk about Bathsheba, we talk about how, she shouldn't have been bathing in a certain place for King David to see her and all of that kind of thing. And the reality is King David is a grown man, a leader, a man of God, and he had his share of women. He didn't have to be staring at that woman. And let me read it for you. Go to 2 Samuel chapter 11, verses 2 through 5. You're going to see just this gradual violation of boundaries. It says, and it came to pass in an evening tide that David arose from off his bed and walked upon the roof of the king's house. From the roof, he saw a woman washing herself. He looking at something he ain't got no business looking at. And the woman was very beautiful to look upon. He thinking stuff right now he ain't got no business thinking. And David sent and inquired after the woman, gradual violation of boundaries. Who is this woman? And one said, is not this Bathsheba, the daughter of Eliam, the wife of Uriah the Hittite? And David sent messengers and took her. Look at all these boundaries he's violating consistently until he gets her in his presence. The Bible says he took her and she came in unto him, and he lay with her, for she was purified from her uncleanness, and she returned unto her house. And the woman conceived and sent and told David and said, I am with child. But notice Notice just gradual, gradual, gradual. And this thing is just constantly building. When you read the whole story, it builds to a point where David kills her husband. He got another man's wife pregnant. He kills her husband. He marries this. Come on now. Marries her. Because a groomer will always disrespect your limits. Will always disrespect your limits. You see, if you give in to a man, if you say to a man, I'm striving to remain abstinent until marriage, and that man works and just works, he just seduces you and keeps working and working and working to get you into the bed, to have sex with you, well, it's usually not going to stop at him just having sex with you. He's going to want to continue to have sex with you. Then he's going to start introducing sexual situations that you're not comfortable with. He's just gonna keep pushing the limits, pushing the limits, pushing the limits, pushing the limits. Because what is he doing? Through the gradual violation of your boundaries, he's setting you up for more and more and more perversion. When you look at this generation of women, care what y'all say. I don't care what y'all say. You ain't gotta like it. You can write whatever your greasy fingers can type in the comments. I don't care what y'all say. This is evidence of a generation of women that have been groomed. When you see women on social media saying, y'all come join me, we're going to share one man. Where that happen at? Where does that happen at? That women have lost their dignity to a point that y'all signing up for the team and trying to make it right. You've been groomed and you've been broken and you've been manipulated so much. A groomer will always disrespect your limits. See, like, it ain't no, oh man. It is no mystery that your man keep cheating on you. The first time he cheated on you, he was grooming you. He didn't care nothing about losing you. He was just trying to groom you to get accustomed to him having other women. So he said, okay, let me start this process. And sometimes he put the information there for you to get it. So you can see he got another woman. And then he act like he's sorry and all this kind of thing. And you say, and he tell you how much he love you. And you say, if you do it again, I ain't gonna do it no more, baby. I ain't gonna do it no more. Then 2 weeks later, he does it again. Never stop doing it. You say, I ain't gonna, if you do it again, and you've been saying if you do it again for the last 5 years, now he got 3, 4 different women, and you just going on about your business. To my men will be men. You're groomed, honey. You're groomed. You're groomed. There's a song, I know we got a lot of church folk on here. A lot of church folk don't listen to nothing but gospel music. Y'all got to pray my strength in the Lord. But there's a song by Tank. I think the name of the song is "Baby I Deserve." I think that's what it's. And he's talking about how, he cheated on her, and he said, "Baby, I deserve, whatever you give me, I deserve." And he has a part in the song where he says, maybe you should go and cheat on me. Maybe you should go and cheat on me. Well, he don't really mean go and cheat on me. What he's trying to do is, when he makes that statement, what he's trying to do is he's trying to diminish the real implications of cheating. He's trying to say it ain't so bad to cheat because he feels like she ain't gonna do it no way, but I gotta make her feel like it ain't that bad to cheat. So I'll say to her, I'm a good guy. Maybe you should go cheat on me because I cheated on you. Well, that's manipulation, you see. That's called grooming. That's called grooming. And a lot of you have experienced that, where man just fast talking you, running that game on you. See, you learn all that stuff up in the classroom on the blackboard, but babe, there's some stuff that we learned at the barbershop that you ain't never heard before. You ain't never heard this before. That's why you need to be quiet and just sit down and let me share some of this stuff with you, because I'm trying to teach you some stuff that you ain't never heard before, and ain't many men in this world that's going to tell you about it. You're being groomed. Number 4, let me hurry up because my time is gone. Love bombing and flattery. Y'all know about that one. Groomers often use excessive praise, flattery, and affection to manipulate the victim's emotions and lower their defenses. This tactic can create a sense of indebtedness. The Bible puts it this way in Proverbs 26:28, a lying tongue hateth those that are afflicted by it, and a flattering mouth worketh ruin. You got to be careful with a man that, you just always you're the most beautiful girl in the room. You ain't always the most beautiful girl in the room. Come on now. Come on now. You so beautiful this morning. You ain't even comb your hair. You got stuff all up in your eyes. You so beautiful. Man, come on now. You know, at a certain point, you got to be smart enough to know when when you experiencing, BS, man. Bologna sandwich. You got to know when you're experiencing a bologna sandwich. This is BS, brother. I can smell the bologna from here. Yeah, you ain't, a man is just constantly flattering you. He's setting you up for something. And it's really, to be honest with you, a man that's just overly flattering, it is disrespectful, because what he's saying to you is, I think so little of your intelligence. I'm just going to give you a bunch of compliments, and you're going to be dumb enough to let all of your intellect drop to the floor. You're going to be dumb enough to turn the voice of the Holy Spirit all the way down, because your broken consciousness got you to a point where all I got to do is just tell you a few nice things, and I can just have my way with you. Number 5, you know that a man is grooming you when he's pushing you to maintain secrecy. No, can't share this. The same thing with when they manipulating children. This is gonna be our secret. No, ain't no secret. Ain't no secret. Tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Groomers frequently emphasize the importance of secrecy and confidentiality in their interactions with the victim. By fostering a culture of secrecy, the groomer can prevent the victim from seeking help or disclosing the abuse to others, further perpetuating the cycle of manipulation and control. John chapter 3, verse 19 says this, and this is the condemnation, that light is come into the world, and men love darkness rather than light because their deeds were evil. The reason this man doesn't want to post anything, the reason this man doesn't want to bring you to public affairs is not because he's private like that. He has a secret. You are a secret. And what he's doing is he's grooming you to live as a secret. More than likely, he has you and a few others on the same tip. All of y'all's secrets, he's bouncing back. And have you noticed your sexual encounters with this man are pretty much on a clock? It's on a schedule. You know why it's on a schedule? He has to accommodate more than you. So he can't afford, physically, he can't afford to have random sexual encounters with you because he's servicing more than you. And the reason he wants to, I just don't want people in my business. No, babe, take it from me. Listen to what I'm saying to you. Listen to me over here. When a man really loves you and really wants you, he wants the world to know you belong to him. You know why? Because a man knows that men are circling. And when a man is serious and he's not just using you for, a bad experience, he's going to want, once he's sure, he's going to want the world to know that you're his sooner than later. He doesn't want anybody else to even think they have a shot. Any man that's with you and proclaims to love you and proclaims to be a single man and is in a relationship with you and does not want it known, men love darkness rather than light because their deeds were evil. Proverbs 28:13, he that covereth his sins shall not prosper, but whoso confesseth and forsaketh them shall have mercy. You're being groomed. You're being groomed. You're being groomed to be a secret. See, it's 6 months in now, and you still here tolerating this. You can't post pictures, and we don't go nowhere but to the bed or to restaurants late at night in a dark place. Well, if you don't deal with this now, you allow yourself to be groomed like this, it'll be 10 years deep, 15 years deep, and you got this so-called relationship that nobody knows about. Number 6, he makes the groomer makes the target feel in debt to him. Groomers may use financial gifts, extravagant gestures, or promises of material rewards to create a sense of indebtedness in the victim. This is why I say in the father-daughter talk, every woman needs to know how to make her own money, because you don't ever want to be in a position as a woman where a man paying your bills because you can't afford to pay your own bills. And then he pays your bills and then he throws it back in your face. You owe me. You owe me. I paid your rent. I paid your car. No, brother. That was benevolence. You did that out the goodness of your heart. And if you don't want to continue to do it, God bless you. My degrees are still hanging on the wall. I can put an application in today or tomorrow and have a job yesterday. That's how you got to rock out as a queen. You can't be right here just taking all this stuff. Well, after all, he paid my light bill. So you gonna just lay down and give this man your life because he paid your light bill? Come on, man. Come on now. Come on now. You gonna lay down and give this man all this sex? You gonna give him babies on demand? You ain't even got a promise ring? Because he paid your rent, because you didn't want you around here popping his gum and got all these mink eyelashes and all this kind of stuff here. You won't go to school, educate yourself, put yourself in a position where you can earn for yourself, and you around here, you got to accept all of this treatment, this mistreatment because he paid your rent and then threw it in your face and got you feeling like you owe him something. Romans 13:8 says, owe no man anything but to love one another. I owe you nothing, brother. Whoa, my nerves got bad right there. When I think about that stuff, I think about my daughters, man, my biological daughters, and of course, my spiritual daughters. And it makes me angry because I see so many women that have fallen into this trap where a man got you feeling like you owe him something. That's one of the biggest issues we got with this modern generation of women that won't self-actualize, and you just have this idea of a rich man, just spending his money on you. Usually, when a rich man spends his money on you, babe, he's buying you. He's buying you, and you discover that you've been bought when you wake up one day and you're addicted to the lifestyle he provides. And he says to you, take it or leave it. This is the way this goes. Just because he can afford you don't mean he can value you. Number 7, and I'm out of here. You know that you're being groomed when he introduces scenarios into your life that contradict your values and your boundaries. Groomers often gradually introduce the victims to situations or behaviors that contradict their values, beliefs, or personal boundaries. By slowly pushing the victim outside of their comfort zone and normalizing behaviors that they would typically find unacceptable, the groomer can weaken the victim's resistance and desensitize them to harmful actions. And this tactic aims to confuse the victim, blur their sense of right and wrong, and make them more susceptible to manipulation and control by the perpetrator. So it goes back to what we kind of discussed in one of the earlier points. You know, he gets you addicted to the sex, he gets you addicted to the money, and now he wants to introduce another. Let's have a threesome here. Well, before he brings the woman to the bed, first thing he's gonna start doing is gonna start putting on pornography. Yeah, he's gonna start playing pornography. Get you to watching certain situations, on the TV where it's a man and two or three women. Get you into that. Then he's gonna start dropping hints. You know what I mean? And you're gonna try to make light of it and laugh, and he's gonna just keep on suggesting certain things. And then before you know it, you laying up in the middle of the bed with two other women. You cook on Wednesday. He visits your room on Friday. Because he just introduced scenarios that contradict your values and boundaries. He begins to deconstruct? Deconstruct your value system. Everything your mama and them taught you, everything you learned at the church, everything you believed. He begins to deconstruct that by introducing scenarios that contradict that and make you feel like that's old fogey and outdated thought. And this is the way the world functions now. That's what happened with the prodigal son in the Bible. He left his father's house, his father's values, and went into that far country, and he started picking up on their way of living. And before long, he found himself broke. And he said, I got to get out of here. I got to get back to my father. Because that's what groomers do. Now, I hope you got something out of this today. My prayer is that you've been enlightened by this, and hope that you've been awakened. Now, today, as I want you to, as we shut this down, I want you to go to my website. But before you do that, go look in the description for BetterHelp Counseling, because I can sense that there are a lot of you that are dealing with this right now. And it may be a lot. This whole conversation may have been triggering. You're going to need somebody to talk this stuff through, because it's like the foundation of your world, your reality it has just washed out from under you. I want you to go and look in the description, search for the link BetterHelp Counseling. I want you to look at what they offer. And if it works for you, I want you to engage that, because you're going to need somebody to talk these things through with, right? And if it does work for you, that the link will afford you 10% off of the cost of their counseling, and they in turn will make a deposit into R.C. Blake's Ministries because I suggested them. While you're there, or should I say, when you go to my website, check out all of the online programs. Sign up for the mailing list so you can always get notifications when we're going live and so forth and so on. I send out to my email list, inspirational thoughts at least once a week, things that you can print out and ponder for the whole week. There are a lot of benefits to being a part of our mailing list. I want to say thanks to all of you who have sown into our lives. I really appreciate it when you all sow into our lives. I don't take it lightly, and I do notice it. I really, really, really do notice it, and I thank you for that. Go to Amazon, pick up all of my books while you're there. Just check them out. I have some new books that are going to come out this year for Queenology, which is happening in Atlanta, Georgia, August 23rd through the 25th. If you've not registered for Queenology, you need to do that today. Go to queenology.net. Now listen, I have thoroughly enjoyed my time with you today. And my prayer is that I've said something that helps you to get along in life a lot better. I hope you take everything I said and ponder it, pray about it, and hopefully apply it. I really do. I do this because God has really given me a heart and a mission to speak to this generation of women in a way that hopefully you can really understand and get it. I hope you got it. But until next time, I'm R.C. Blake saying to you, you're on top, you're going higher. God has more in store for you. So Lisa and I, we will see you at the top. God bless you. Until next time.
We here at R.C. Blake's Ministries want to thank you for spending this time with us today. R.C. and Lisa are always honored to have you with us. Don't forget to reach out to us by visiting our website at www.rcblakes.com. While you're there, you may join our mailing list and receive a free download of The Laws of Manifesting Your Vision by R.C. Blakes. Also look at all of the online programs by R.C. You may find all books written by R.C. and Lisa. Once again, all of us here at R.C. Blake's Ministries want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts. And as we always say, see you at the top.
Hello, family. This is R.C. Blake's, and I am so thoroughly excited. I'm excited because Queenology 2024 is coming back to Atlanta, Georgia, August the 23rd through the 25th. The host hotel is going to be the Whitley Hotel. Amazing. Women are literally coming from around the world. It is a multicultural, multi-generational, multiracial movement of women from around the world. And I want to invite you and yours to meet Lisa and I in Atlanta, Georgia at the Whitley Hotel, August the 23rd through the 25th for Queenology. For those that have the Royal Court package, it will afford you your entire stay for the weekend. It will also afford you a private, formal dinner with Lisa and I to open Queenology up. It also affords you admission to every event, everything that's happening for the entire weekend. Now, we also have the Saturday brunch and intensive package, which allows you to get into the brunch where Lisa and I will be sharing the messages that God has given us for 2024 to share with the ladies. This year, I'll have my own message, and Lisa will also have her very own message. It's going to be powerful. During the Saturday brunch and intensive, we're also going to have a very distinguished panel of men that are going to sit before the queens and answer the questions that women have always wanted to ask men. It's going to be amazing. Now, also those that are part of the VIP experience, there will be a time where Lisa and the ladies will gather in what they call, I think, the pajama party. And it will be a time where women will have conversation among women. I'm really excited about the culmination of Queenology this year because none other than the incomparable Dave Hollister is coming to be part of our closing event, the all-white party. He's going to sing the Queenology theme song, as well as entertain the ladies, the queens, for that evening. Queenology 2024 promises to be like none other. Those of you that want information, if you desire to be a vendor, queenology.net. Those of you that may need payment plans, queenology.net. Let nothing stop you from making your way to Queenology 2024 in Atlanta, Georgia this year. Tickets are going very quickly. I would love for you to meet us in Atlanta, August the 23rd through the 25th. Queens from around the world are coming. Queens from around the world are rising. It is going to be a coronation. It is going to be a crowning.